It is time now for the Peter Channel New News Report on this Sunday afternoon, February 14th, 2016. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. 12 noon news tonight. There, top story at 12 noon on this Sunday afternoon here is the death of Supreme Court Justice Antoine Scalia casts a cloud of uncertainty over Supreme Court term filled with some of the most controversial issues facing the nation: abortion, affirmative action, and the rights of religious objectors. There's a widespread conscience that Donald Trump had a very bad night in Greenville. The question is whether the cause lasted damage he continues to be coated in Teflon. Kabul, civilian casualties of war in Afghanistan rose to record levels at a 7th year in a row. Sudan has continued as violence spread across the country in the wake of the withdrawal of the most international troops the United Nations reported on Sunday. Beirut, France has called for an immediate end to airstrikes by Syria's government and its allies and on a halt to the Turkish shell in the Kurdish areas. Divers and rescue service personnel searched for the victims of the deadly car crash in the canal under the E4 highway bridge in Södertörn, Sweden, late Saturday night, as UK band members killed after car crash into the Swedish canal. A day after Russia's prime minister spoke of the renewed Cold War between this country and the West, a senior United States official said, as John McCain slams Russia as Mr. Putin is not interested in being their partner. London. If the European Union were a patient, survival would be seen by affected by multiple organ failure deaths and reviewing many experts as EU leaders prepare for a Brussels summit that starts Thursday. Jerusalem. 3 Palestinians were killed and a number critically wounded and attempted to attack Israeli security forces in 3 separate incidents in the West Bank on Sunday. The Israeli military and police said a 5.8 magnitude earthquake struck New Zealand with such force that caused it to be part of a cliff to collapse. About 150,000 to 200,000 people felt strong or very strong shaking, the CNN meteorologist Eric Van Dam said. Munich, Somalia's president says military forces have been inroads in the fight against al-Shabaab militants, but the key to defeating them lies in providing better opportunities for the country's youth. New York, bitter temperatures with Biden wins at much of the northeast United States bundled up this weekend as the brutal weather was blamed for a deadly interstate pileup in Pennsylvania. As the Central Pennsylvania interstate has reopened a day after the pileup on I-70 involved dozens of vehicles that killed 3 people and sent dozens to the hospital. Suspect arrested in Delhi, 7 women and 3 kids, as a police officer stood by the parking lot of the Ramada Inn for to say a man stabbed a woman and their children in the Staten Island borough of New York City. In San Francisco, police suspect both shots were fired from a car passing while people were walking across the bridge. Pollution's carrying away top recruits for global companies. Washington, U.S. consumer spending appeared to be regained momentum in January as households went up purchases of a variety of goods and a hopeful sign that economic growth was picking up after stolen to a quality in the end of 2015. European markets could close higher today after the release of Eurozone on Friday, economic growth data, and a characteristic decline in the major Asian markets. When it comes to endorsement products in hip-hop, no one seems to be do it more than Soup on the new ad spot. He helps Burger King introduce its latest menu items, grilled dogs. Nergis Mava, Center Astrophysics professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, speaks to reporters Thursday after an experiment at the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory that resulted in the discovery of gravitational. India and China together see more than half of the annual deaths of air pollution, but they are working to change it. Scientists from Australian National University have created a video to explain how wasps learn to fly and how they can recognize places by the view of little insects. Scientists may have learned a bit more about beluga whales. Chicago. The Zika virus may be particularly adept in entrenching itself in the parts of the body that are shielded from the immune system and making it hard to fight off. The Obama administration has given the green light to 3 federal agencies and are beginning a collaborative investigation of potential health risks associated with a criminal murder turf. It played into many playing fields and children's players across the country. Model brain and this mini brain, nerve cells knit themselves together and send messages. Cell nuclei are shown in blue. As tiny bare bones, brains made in lab dishes. As the Zika virus spreads in Latin America, Catholic leaders are warning women against using contraceptives, having abortions, even as health officials in some countries are advising women not to get pregnant because of the risk of birth defects. Peter Cheldusan, 12:04, 10.5 Sports Report here. The Boston Bruins will be in Detroit, taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Game time, 3:30 p.m. Toronto, Zach LaVine, and Aaron Gordon taught us that the solution in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest was simply staged a true Slam Dunk Contest as a spirit competition that highlights the sport's ultimate expression of athleticism. Vince Carter spent 6+ seasons in Toronto, helping build the NBA brand in the city and country of Canada with the All-Star Game in Toronto on 4-0 for the first time. Toronto's most famous Raptor Weasley looked back on his time. Depending on your preference of weekend broadcast at AT&T, available each program is either the worst of the golf year, the unique department of the typical golf coverage. In Kashin, Taiwan, top-seeded Venus Williams overpowered Misaki Dot at Japan 6-4, 6-2 on Sunday to win the Taiwan Open without dropping a set in the tournament. Peter Chill News Time is now 12:05 p.m. on this Sunday afternoon here, and it is time now for a Trevor report on this Sunday afternoon. Baby! Let's start you off down in Rhode here, where it is looking good in the highways and byways of the ocean state here. In Connecticut here, I-9395 on the southbound side. We're getting an accident in Montville after Route 163, so expect some delays here. I-84 in the eastbound side, also between the Vernon and Tallinn stretch, doing an accident here on I-84 eastbound on Route 74, so expect some delays here. I-84 on the westbound side, also over the Waterbury stretch. Otherwise, looking good in the Connecticut here. In Massachusetts here, eastern Massachusetts highways are smooth sailing here. I-91 on the northbound side, also around Route 291 in Springfield, Massachusetts. I-84 on the westbound side, also after the Mass back in Route 20 in Sturbridge here. Up in Greenfield, I-91 on the northbound side, we have an accident here around Route 5, so expect some delays in the Greenfield stretch of I-91 around Route 5, north of Greenfield here. Down in New York City here, we have 495 Long Island Expressway on the westbound side, also both for the tunnel into the upper east side of Manhattan here, in Midtown Manhattan here. 278 also around Route 478 in Brooklyn here. Cross Island Parkway, get accident around Northern State Parkway in Queens, Floor Park, so expect some delays here. 95 on the southbound side, also after the Bronx here, so expect some delays here. I-78 in the eastbound side. We got an accident around Route 139 in Jersey City, New Jersey, so expect some delays here. Out in Albany here. On the thruway, we got an accident around Route 443 in Delmar, so expect some delays here. And out in Fonda on the freeway on the eastbound side, got an accident in Fonda, New York, so expect some delays here. And 190 in both ends in Buffalo, New York, it's slow go. I-89 on the southbound side, also after the Canadian border in Vermont. I-87 on the southbound side, also after the Canadian border in Plattsburgh, New York, but the Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine highways are looking good here. Okay, take a look at MBTA alerts here at 12:07. Blue line splits and minor delays due to wire problem. Green line splits and minor delays at earlier disabled trains. On the Kabir Rail, Fairmount Line train 2759, 10:50 a.m. from substation departed substation is 15-20 minutes late between substation and Reedville Station. Worcester update line train 2505 departed substation operated 40-45 minutes late between Wellesley's Farms and Worcester due to late arrival. Greenbush line train 2075 is departed Quincy Senators. It's currently 10-15 minutes late between Quincy Center and Greenbush. Newburyport Walkway line train 2104 12 o'clock demand is expected about 25-30 minutes late due to late arrival of the Yapon train. So it's because of the freezing cold here at Peter Chell News Time 12:08 on this Sunday afternoon, Valentine's Day afternoon, and it's time now for a weather report here. And this is 1 year ago today that we were getting ready for the Valentine's Day blizzard of 2015 here. This year, we're prepared for brutal cold here. As wind chill warning is expired until 12 noon. But day 2 of 7, Monday and Saturday, there'll be a chance of cumulative snow Monday night, especially in the north central and northwest Massachusetts. The snow may be briefly become freezing rain before changing rain on Tuesday and risk of coastal flooding next Tuesday along the south coast of Massachusetts and Rhode Island here. And this morning, residents in Saugus and Lynn were without power this morning due to the freezing cold here. And here's the latest update on the power situation up in Saugus and Lynn. It's still 549 customers in the dark here. 153 of them up in Lynn, less than 5 of them in Methuen and Rockwood, and 34 still in the dark in Saugus. And the latest estimated time is to be assessing condition here. So if though you have no power, try to stay warm and be safe. All right, 7-day forecast goes like this. But this afternoon, sunny skies, about 11 degrees. Wind chill about low 12 below. North force about 9 miles of gust 23 miles an hour. Tonight, clear skies about 12 below. Westward about 5 miles coming in evening near. Watch this birthday at Chester Snow May after 3 p.m. Increase skies low high about 30 degrees. Wind chill about low 11 below. Calm wind becoming. Set 1 5 miles in the afternoon. Chest basin 40%. Little no circulation expected here. But Monday night, snow likely before 10 p.m. Then rain and snow between 10 p.m. and midnight. Then rain after midnight. Low around 24 degrees. Then southeast at about 5 miles to 7 miles an hour. Chest basin 9%. New circulation less than half an inch possible. Tuesday, rain high at 54 degrees. South at about 8 to 13 miles. Chest basin 1%. Tuesday, rain like Maine before midnight. Most skies go about 32 degrees. And chest basin 70%. Wednesday, parts of the podcast got about 45 to about 25 degrees. Thursday, most of the Sunday, most skies got about 36 to about 15 degrees to 18 degrees. And for Friday, most skies got about 37 degrees. Friday night at Chester Bay and Snow Showers, most skies got about 29 degrees. Chest basin 30%. And for Saturday, at Chester Bay and Snow Showers, most skies got about 48 degrees and chest basin 40%. Currently in Norton here, it is clear skies and 5 above. Humidity 36%. Feels like 9 below. That is going to be it for the Peter Channel New News Report on this February 14, 2069, on Sunday, Valentine's Day. Viewers, we have a good afternoon, good positive day. I'll see you for an evening report right after the Bruins Red Wings game. Have a good afternoon here